Up at Noon Live. Fallout and Skyrim are getting pretty okay action figures. Does anyone else care about this besides me? Prometheus is getting sequels that I'm really not that excited about. And consoles. They might not be as hip and cool and high-tech as we thought they were. All that and more right now on Up at Noon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Up at Noon Live. I'm Max Scoville.
I'm Brian Altano, and we can't spell Prometheus. We spell it Prometheus.
I'd like to right off the bat point out we have two Prometheus-related typos in the cold open. It said Prometheus, and if you look in the video description, it says, "Is our least favorite alien prequel getting prequels?" No, it's getting sequels, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But there's some other stuff we want to talk about first. If you're watching this, I don't know how you're watching it. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. You can watch Up and Noon on IGN.com or on IGN's YouTube, Twitch, PS4 app, Xbox One app, or Roku app, or on mobile apparently, which a lot of people are. So if you're on your phone, hi. I don't know how you communicate with us that. We have a bunch of codes to give away today. We have presents for you.
Gifts. Gifts for boys and girls all over the good world.
We did some weird some stuff with the folks at Devolver Digital. They sent a clown to our set, and sort of as a way of apologizing for that, they've given us 10 codes for Dropsy, which I believe is a Steam code that's on PC, Mac, and Linux, and also pre-launch codes for Fistful of Gun, which is a pretty cool Wild West shoot 'em up.
That's right.
Or is it a shmup? It's not a shmup. It's like a shoot.
You can call it whatever you want to call it.
It's a game where you shoot some stuff. We're going to be giving those away, dropping codes in the chats. Brian's going to read some codes out loud. So
I am.
I don't know. If you want a free game, pay attention, and you might get one.
That's right. And I want to give a very special thank you to our sponsor this week, Caves.
Yes.
Caves, they're all over the world, and a lot of people think you shouldn't go into them, but there's actually some treasures in some of them. But there's also bats, so you got to be real careful.
You can go in there and you can die.
That's right. Terrifying earth holes.
Yes.
Up at Noon, brought to you by Caves.
Caves, a very scary hole.
God, this is real cool, man. We're doing 7 weeks now. We get to do whatever we want with this set. We put toys.
Yeah.
What is this? I came in this morning, and this dude's just sitting here, just hanging out. He's a bootleg Pikachu pinata, and we put Wolverine claws on his ears. And periodically, while we were warming up, he kept kind of leaning in for a real wet kiss. So I'm just going to give him one right here to kick off the show and prove to you that you should never watch Up at Noon Live.
Also,
so here we go.
So we're off to a great start. Also, I want to point out that maybe this Pikachu shouldn't be trusted. Whose bloody hand is that?
It's just gross.
Ash Ketchum.
It's just gross.
Speaking of animals killing their trainers, Jurassic World. Great job, Brian. Just awesome work here on this show that we produce somehow. Jurassic World 2, that's a thing that is happening because that was the highest grossing movie of the year ever?
Yep.
All time?
Yeah,
completely?
that's the most expensive movie ever made. That's not true.
That's true.
That's not true. Jurassic World 2 is coming. Director Colin Trevorrow did an awesome job in the first one. You actually didn't see it yet, but I thought it was like... So my story with Jurassic World 2 is I wanted to see it so badly. It was right before I was going on vacation, and I woke up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and like a 5-year-old kid, I jumped on the bed and woke up my wife, and I said, we need to go to the movie theater right now and go see the dinosaur film. And she was like, it's 9 in the morning. I'm like, it starts playing at 10, like an old person, like an old man and his old wife. And I woke her up, and then I put her in a car. We went to go see the movie, and we watched dinosaurs fight. And we saw a very handsome man, Chris Pratt, and they all did a good adventure. And I really liked Jurassic World. And a lot of people did.
Great story. We get paid to do this, which is really I don't
know what to tell you. Okay, I really like Jurassic World. I'm
People
sorry, I have to be an adult around all these old '80s toys.
Yeah, can you try to be a little bit responsible around the potted plant and the KK slider toy
and Knuckles up there? So Jurassic World 2 is obviously coming. Now, Colin Trevorrow, he went on a podcast recently, and he said that basically Jurassic World 2 is sort of the premise here is that imagine if more than one company, more than just InGen, had the capability to create dinosaurs and have them flood all over the world, which is a really interesting concept that wasn't truly explored in a lot of the earlier films. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, so it's really cool to see more stuff like this. Now, if you think about basically iPhones or smartphones or any sort of technology, there isn't really one company that runs it. There's multiple companies. So he talked about Jurassic World basically being the Apple versus PC of dinosaur creation companies.
So we're going to have like the next one's going to be, I mean the Apple PC thing is one angle. I feel like in this day and age it's going to be more like Apple and Samsung.
Yeah.
And like this other company's going to pop up and they're like, we have a cool new thing, they're called land dragons. And they're like, those are dinosaurs and we invented them. And they're like, nope, this is a different thing.
Oh, and they're all suing each other over
Yeah.
who has the proprietary teeth technology and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really interesting to me because he also mentions that this film doesn't necessarily have to take place in a park, which is cool because the word park is not in the title anymore. It's a world, so let's go anywhere. So that means you could have a factory in China that's just making weird ass dinosaurs that are just running all over the place. You could basically go to anywhere you want. You could be in the middle of a desert and just have a bunch of dinosaurs hanging out, getting suntans, put on their hot lotions and their various oils.
What are you saying?
I really like dinosaurs times.
I like the idea of there being a company that does bootleg dinosaurs, and they're like in the same way that's absolutely not a Pokemon piñata. Like Nintendo didn't go anywhere near that. I like the idea that there's some company that's like, yeah, we've got dinosaurs for sale. You can come see our dinosaur theme park, but it's just like a regular petting zoo where they've like covered the animals with like vinyl. Like they've glued a bunch of like green vinyl sheeting and couch covers to a regular cow, and they're like, behold, the majestic brontosaurus. It's just really
unsettling.
Just get it out of here.
So yeah, Jurassic World 2, I'm really excited about it. We went on Twitter using the hashtag Up at Noon. We asked you what you want to see in Jurassic World 2. Now, Brian Gomez says, this is really disturbing. This is more disturbing than anything we've said so far. T-Rex in heels chasing a gang of raptors on motocross bikes. So I like that he took the concept of the first movie where the bikes are running alongside the raptors, and he just said, screw it, let's just put the raptors on bikes. I mean, that's not totally ridiculous, right? If they're being cloned, you can. No, it's like Kermit the Frog is he's a lizard and he went on a bicycle.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in that stack of things you like to talk about a lot. It's like Yoda having a snake, William Howard Taft, and then Kermit riding a bicycle. And there's another one, I forget it. But yeah, you always talk about these same weird things.
I think it's really interesting that Kermit the Frog rode a bicycle in a film.
Yeah.
Jim Crest says sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
Yeah, they've been talking for a while about how like the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park 4 was going to be about the military having dinosaurs, which I think is a really cool idea.
Yeah, weaponized dinosaurs. And you actually see hints of that in Jurassic World. There are guys in the military who are like, let's get these things out, let's put them on our buses, bring them back to military town and teach them how to fight wars. And everyone's like, you're crazy.
What's better than like a shark with a frickin' laser beam? What about a Tyrannosaurus with just Gatling guns all over it?
Yeah, I mean, I would really love that. There was that 80s toy line all about that.
Yeah,
Dino
that sounds like I would be okay with seeing that in a film.
Fish in Line says, which very interesting name, Chris Pratt naked riding atop a T-Rex for 3 hours. That would make it the longest Jurassic World movie yet. Or Jurassic movie, so I'm torn about this.
Do you know who would see that film? The ladies, I'm told.
Yeah, they would love that
because they think he's a cute boy.
See, that's the thing. Like, I love dinosaurs. How much do I love dinosaurs to be able to put up with his handsome donk for 3 hours?
All right,
it's a lot to deal with.
Okay, so moving on.
Jurassic World 2.
Here's a fun thing. I've been wanting. I like action figures, if that's at all unclear. I love Skyrim, I love Fallout, I have a pulse, I'm a human being. Those are awesome games. I've been wanting Bethesda to make action figures for a long time, and for whatever reason, they've been steering really far away from any actual video game official action figures. Until now, they have announced that they are doing Funko, the company that does those weird little bobblehead thingies, the pop dudes. They're doing the Legacy Collection, which is proper action figures.
Funko Pops.
They are doing Fallout, and they got the Lone Wanderer. It's your standard issue player character, a nice Troy Baker if you don't have enough Troy Baker action figures already. And they're also going to have a Brotherhood of Steel power armor whose thighs look a little bit too big. His legs are kind of weird.
He skipped arm day.
He's got weird big legs. This is what it would look like if I wore power armor. For context, I have very large legs.
Do you really? You have long legs?
Weird long legs. I'm built like a frog or a
But they're
stork.
not large. I have like...
No, they're very narrow.
I was forced to play a lot of soccer growing up, so I have legs like this.
I have the anatomy of Dilbert.
Yeah.
All right, so then of course there's also Skyrim. This is awesome. Everyone's obviously riding the hype train for Fallout right now. That's really cool. I've been dying for a Dovahkiin action figure for so long. In fact, 3 years ago, I actually mocked this up. I was like, I want this, I want to see, and at that point I thought that NECA would do it, and I just was like, here's everything I want to come with a Dragonborn action figure, and they've got like...
Can I be honest?
Yes?
I like yours way better.
I do too! It's got a sweet roll, it's got a fireball, it comes with a copy of the Lusty Argonian Maid.
You did a good job of making it look like it's actually sitting in plastic too. He's got a fireball he can throw. What is that, a little lava kit that he can bring to science class?
That's a sweet roll.
Okay.
And then it's a dirty book and then a potion for when he gets bit by ice wraiths.
Even your packaging, I think I like it a little better.
Thanks, man.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna pick this up because I've wanted this toy for a while, clearly.
I think it's really cool to see Funko doing stuff. I mean, I know they have a wide variety of things.
No, they've got the Rocketeer. They've got like a bunch of weird brands. Like
I'm actually kind of burnt out on the Funko Pop style. Like, I get it. It was sort of like an idea that they threw out there that they nailed, that they just kept going with. I mean, you and I were talking yesterday about how it works really well for certain things. Like, I think Wookiees and Ewoks and BB-8, like those Funkos look adorable. But when you see like, you know, the cast of Kill Bill and stuff like that, it doesn't work as well to me.
I mean, it feels like Lego figures, where like, except those you can take them apart and swap them around. With Funko, you can't do that. So
yeah. So
I mean,
we threw to Twitter and we asked you guys.
We got one more. We've got the Daedric Warrior action
he's
figure.
awesome, man. Let's check that one out.
I don't like the Daedric. I don't like that armor that much.
Really?
I don't know. Like, it's not my jam. Like, I feel like that's way too like. I don't know. I like Skyrim when it looks just very like, I don't know, provincial. Like, this is too resplendent and whimsical. But anyway,
I like him. He looks like if the throne from Game of Thrones became a man.
What did Twitter say? What do they want to see?
So Tristan Davis says they need to feature Yoshi in a Jurassic Park film. He answered the last question. We're gonna put that in here anyway. I think you're right. I would love to see Yoshi Jurassic Park toys. Thanks a lot. Brad, that's at B Craig V, says I'd like a Lego Nintendo series, Star Fox, Zelda, and Mario. We've been asking for this stuff for years, like the Lego of Zelda. I specifically wrote that tweet 5 years ago, so it's the easiest joke in the world. It's kind of a bummer we don't see that kind of stuff. There's QSO, which is that sort of crowdsourced Lego thing. We saw Minecraft Legos. I feel like with Lego Dimensions sort of opening up the world to basically bring in anything. We're seeing Scooby-Doo and Portal and God, there's so many other sets in there.
We're never gonna see the you know, Nintendo stuff on Lego Dimensions though. They also, I don't think we're ever gonna see Nintendo Lego maybe because they have a deal with K'NEX.
Oh, that's right. They make those weird toys.
They're just really kind of behind the times.
Malicio says, I need a Princess Peach beer koozie. This is
that's not a toy.
You have a very different definition of the word need than a lot of people.
It's real weird.
But thanks for writing in.
For those of you watching live and jumping in various chats, I've been dropping some codes for Dropsy the Clown in the YouTube and Twitch chat. I'll hop over to the IGN comments and put one there. Code. And I just paste it in there, and that's how we do that, I guess. And if you get it, then let me know.
Desky Fam over at Twitch says, "How about a Transformers Skyrim action figure where Optimus just shows up and blasts all the dragons in the face?" I love this. So actually, you know what?
Transformers Skylanders isn't that far fetched because Activision has the license to Transformers.
Well, that's Skylanders. This is a Skyrim.
Oh, Skyrim.
So this is, you know what I want to see? Check this out. I want to see a action figure set based on the most popular mod videos on YouTube. So basically, you can get like the GTA Millennium Falcon set. You can get Transformers Skyrim. I saw another thing in Skyrim where basically they dropped in like Barney the Dinosaur.
Okay.
Like,
No, that stuff's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of things taking some liberties, you're a big amiibo collector. Yeah?
I am.
And we've gotten our first look at some really weird. Not that weird, bootleg amiibo.
Yeah, when something is popular, then becomes a bootleg of it, and these are bootleg amiibo that we found.
They're pretty much the same.
They're on Imgur. They got that same big butt.
They got a different little base there. You can tell it doesn't say that it's made by Nintendo. It's just kind of a generic thing.
As you can see,
like this. This seems like more of a feature than a bug.
Yeah.
You can take them off the base.
I know, that's pretty awesome.
Put them on a cake.
The Game & Watch figure can do that coming up. So the coins that they're standing on are black also, which is interesting. Have you ever bought bootleg toys by accident or bootleg games?
I've had them given to me by people as jokes. My fiance got me a bootleg copy of Cowboy Bebop once.
Right.
I had the official one. I had like the legit DVD issue, which for whatever reason just wouldn't work. Like the discs were warped or something. But the bootleg version worked fine. So it's sort of like, I mean, I had the legit version. I felt bad about it, but it worked fine. And she felt really bad because she's like, I got you a bootleg thing by accident. I'm like, I'm not a real gift giver, you know. And it's, but you know.
I got a copy of Bubble Bobble for the Game Boy Advance on bootleg from eBay once, and once you got to the 10th level, the game just stopped.
Oh man!
So it was real rough.
Huh.
But I think it's kind of interesting because, you know, amiibo are hard to find. So if this is sort of going to satiate that, then sure. But bootleg toys are not a new thing. They've been happening for centuries, probably.
I like bootleg toys because they have a kind of a transformative property on, like, they take the thing that they're supposed to be and they get it so wrong. It's like a game of telephone.
Yeah.
Like this guy, for instance. I would buy this if I saw this in a store.
Yeah. This is Battery Operation Super Action Musical Funny. Dino and Martin. Now, Yoshi looks like he's possessed there.
Flashing light, rocking Martin. Bump and go. 4 melodies.
But it's just like, it's really cool because it's sort of like if you went on DeviantArt and you turned, you know, fan art into toys. This is really interesting. But
I like it.
It's also weird how he's just kind of like coasting his junk along the floor there.
It's a little bit weird. Let's see what else we got. Oh, here's a...
Yeah, Spook Chasers. You know, instead of ghosts.
Is that Is that Slimer or is that like a fishing lure?
I couldn't.
That's a really that looks really upsetting.
So we got
That's
Cool
very bad.
Egon. Now this is based on.
It looks like Max Headroom.
This is obviously based on the Ghostbusters action figure line from the '90s and the late '80s. I was really into those.
Man, look at that hand-drawn art. That's awful.
I think it's really awesome how excited the Ghostbusters are, or the Spook Chasers here are, for just fighting these goofy ghosts. And one of them looks like Cookie Monster. By the way, that's my desk in the background.
Can you imagine?
It's getting out of control.
Look at that. Can you imagine if Ghostbusters, if instead of having like proton packs, if they just used long hooked sticks like Animal Control, like they tried to grab ghosts with big hoops?
And then they realize that ghosts are see-through.
What's wrong with this?
Couple of things. Number one, it says Gotham City in the future. Number two, it says Batman. Number three, that's not Batman.
Yeah,
Number four, guns.
Yeah. Also, he has 4 biceps on each arm.
And leg.
Wow. His legs just look like they look like payday bars. That's kind of weird.
I mean, so this is the thing. When you're a kid, you don't really notice, right? So this one's really special.
So this is a nice idea for Jurassic World too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got Justice Heroes. Now you see a lot of these bootleg sets in Chinatown and stuff like that. If you have a Chinatown in your city, you most likely have this. I really like this because this is Batman and Hulk and Spider-Man 3 and The Thing. Like Spider-Man 3 is a character, and Superman, he seems so unenthused to be on this robotic raptor here.
Yeah.
It's just a great set.
This is good. I like Star Wars a lot. So
Big fan.
This speaks to me.
I looked for these online. I really wanted to buy them for us. I couldn't find them anywhere. If you know where these are, please send them to us.
There's actually a very weird cult collector group. There's a Turkish line of bootleg Star Wars toys that came out in the 70s and 80s. It's called Uze.
Yeah.
And they go for as much money as like legit Star Wars vintage toys because they're incredibly weird. Like they'll have pictures, like the card art's all different. Like they took Chewbacca and instead of being like, yeah, here he is in a photo for the movie, they took a picture of the toy in front of a bunch of carrots. Like he's on some giant carrot planet.
So odd. I really like the helmets in that one too.
This
one's great. Here's Heroes of the World Fighter.
Is that Lemmy Winks in the background?
I don't know what's going on. This turtle looks like he got oozed, but with like somebody threw a pie, like a pumpkin at him.
This is so good.
And then he's holding this weird shield in front of, like he got caught out of the shower.
Oh, it's so good.
He's got a sword, but I really love the hand-drawn art in the background because this really looks like the original art from this original line of Ninja Turtles. Yep. Did you collect those when you were a kid?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of them.
They had really wonderfully bad box art.
Yeah. So next up we got Adventure Man. Now
he looks real surprised.
If you're a big fan of Rambo, I think that's $199 or it's $199. And you want to know what it's like. Now, the art there, we've got Rambo with his tank top on and the bullet vest, and then he's got a beard. But the actual drawing, the actual toy doesn't have any of those things.
You know what? Close enough.
Yeah. Mabel! What's your favorite Mabel superhero?
I like that the Hulk is just screaming to be stuck in there with them. Like he looks like he's actually trying to escape from this plastic prison.
It really looks like somebody walked on all 4 of these characters in bed. And Spider-Man's got a different arm that's a different color. He looks like the C-3PO in the new movie. Yeah, Mabel superheroes, man, taking over the world. New style ninja, tortoise figure. New style ninja, tortoise figure. Please kill me. I'm dying.
My favorite Ninja Turtle is Steven. That's what the S is for.
Look at this guy's body. I really like it. He just looks like his arms, like he ate all this pizza and it only went to a very specific part of his body.
I've seen balloon animals of Ninja Turtles that are more accurate than this toy.
Yeah, this one's great. And it says tortoise across the front of it, so in case he gets busted. Yeah. That's like those people you see who wear IDs around there like on a lanyard.
Yeah, all right. Real good. Cool.
And now we've got God Jesus from Bandai. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but I mean, it's pretty cool when you have a robot show up pretending to be a deity, and he's holding flowers because he might kill you and then give you some flowers for the funeral afterwards. Right, a lot of questions here. I don't know how to translate this. This came out in 1985. Not a real robot. I remember seeing robots like this all over the place growing up. I don't know why this one says God Jesus, but we had to throw it in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
What do we got here?
Sense of Right.
Sense of Right
Alliance. And
the Sense of Right Alliance.
Shrek is there?
Yeah, and a
Shrek
car.
is a part of the Sense of Right Alliance?
So we've got a car, we've got, what is that? A Power Ranger, sort of? There's drawings of the Ninja Turtles in the background and the Incredibles.
They keep doing it like Power Rangers Samurai, Power Rangers Zeo, Power Rangers Jeep Force.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Power Rangers sort of being one of the official ones, and they're just whatever.
I like that their friend's a car in Shrek. And finally, we've got Pocket Monica, Jump, Jupe 'em, Chess. Kick others back in this race ahead game, but don't get caught or you've been kicked out.
I love it. Monica is really one of my favorite characters.
Pocket Monica sounds like a German sex toy.
Did they just like, all
This
right.
is also $29.
Hey, so actually, this is cool. I just
Very
ordered.
unsettling.
I'm going to be Han Solo for Halloween, and
Okay.
I'm trying to make most of my costume. I ordered a Mauser, an airsoft gun of the not the Ninja Turtles bad guy, but the German gun.
Yeah.
And I'm going to glue parts to it, make it look like Han Solo's blaster. But it came with this amazing document that I really love. I bought the thing. They sent it to me, and it says, "You must agree to the following terms and condition before you purchase and use this airsoft gun." They didn't really check to see if I did that. And then it has these rules. Please always follow these operating precautions. Number 1, never allow children under 18 years of age to operate this airsoft gun.
Okay.
Children under 18 years of age. Arguably, we are children over 18 years of age, but I like that they kind of that little word puzzle there. Number 2, do not brandish, display, or use this airsoft product in public, as this may cause confusion and may be a crime. All right, good enough. Just the idea that something may be a crime. Just always err on the side of caution with things that are very realistic.
Confusion can be a crime.
Now, check this out. Number 3, never point or display this airsoft gun to law enforcement personnel, as this may be fatal. That's kind of reiterating on the last one. It could be a crime. You might also die. Just throwing that out there. Number 4, always transport this airsoft gun in a gun bag or other concealing device. So like any bag, really.
I want to
Just
see...
a concealing device is a fun...
I really want to see an entire movie based on broken English.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
English
and then
the
finally,
movie.
the last rule, the least important, never point this airsoft gun at any human or animal. Which is almost implying that law enforcement personnel aren't humans or animals, in spite of the fact that they're frequently both. Looking at you, dogs and horses.
3K Soda says on YouTube, bad English is unforgivable. You should be ashamed. It's also like in all lowercase and it's written on YouTube. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
It's a funny thing to write in YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's actually funny. It's pretty funny. So don't worry about that. What do we got up next, Max? Oh, Jessica Conspiracy says, what's Brian doing for Halloween? I think we're going to go with a big Star Wars theme. A whole bunch of us are going to go very Star Wars this year.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I'm excited about that.
I might convert this into a little like John Boyega type joint,
Yeah.
you know, or actually, Max found a very cool Chewbacca hoodie. I might be just like a thugged out Chewbacca.
I like that you're just lazy Chewbacca, and I'm like in this really accurate Han Solo, and I'm like, I've put a lot of work into this, and you're like, yeah, I bought this sweatshirt. Okay, so a lot of us are playing.
Gifts.
A lot of us are playing Metal Gear Solid 5. It's a really good game.
Yeah.
IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. That's an amazingly good score.
Big fans.
Unfortunately, wasn't good enough because Konami has announced that they are going to stop production of console games, and that Metal Gear Solid 5 is the last one. And that I guess they might do Pro Evolution Soccer, but who cares about soccer?
Yeah,
but really, like
we might see more from the Metal Gear franchise down the line. I wouldn't expect anything
but it's going
else.
to be like a mobile pachinko game that's free to play.
Luckily,
you know?
I mean, obviously, we love the game. We've been talking about it for weeks now. They left on a very high note.
Yeah, but I think that,
unfortunately, not everyone agrees with us.
Yeah, the thing is like video game reviews. You know, some people take them seriously, but really, I'm pretty sure publishers go to one place to figure out whether or not they should keep making games, and that's Amazon reviews.
That's right.
So we pulled up some from the people who bought the game on Amazon, and they weren't happy with it, and this is probably why Konami stopped making games.
Here we go. So this says, this game sucks ass, so many things to complain about, by Philip M. This game sucks ass, so many things to complain about. First off, Mother Base is terrible. It's like they force you to keep going there and they're like nothing to do. The game penalties you for killing people. The storyline is insane even for Metal Gear standards. And the ending is the worst letdown ever. You have been warned! Exclamation *4. So that guy wasn't happy about that.
So I'm like 60 hours into that, 50, 60 hours in that game, and I'm at like 35%.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that he got through it so fast.
He did, before
and
the game was even
hated
out.
it, you know? You think you just, I don't know, if you really don't like something that much, then maybe just don't beat it, you know? Don't go all the way, I don't know. Anyway, what else
you don't
we
have
got?
to finish a bad meal. Don't believe the hype. The professional reviewers were bribed with outlandish gifts by Stan. You can't attach party balloons to animals and have them fly in orbit back to your base. Need I say more? He actually then goes on to say a lot more. There's like multiple paragraphs after this. Just quick housekeeping. If you're going to say need I say more, you should usually not say any more after that. If you're going to keep going, then you broke your own law there. All right. I don't know about outlandish gifts. Did we get any gifts? I actually bought the game myself.
I got a real, like a boat, but it was just a real little boat.
That's right.
Not like a very big boat.
Like for a bathtub.
No, it's just like a little fishing boat.
What do we got next? Sneaking around from one cutscene to the next by Whipple McTilson III.
Wait. Whipple McTilson III?
Yeah. Long line of Whipple McTilsons. So I hate cutscenes.
I would give everything a 1 star if that was my name.
So I hate cutscenes and stealth mode. Guess what? I hated this game. I hate when GTA or COD requires stealth, even in the smallest of doses. It's about as much fun as tantric sex or diet soda pop. But hey, I could be wrong. The appeal for this game is stretched on over 28 years, almost as long as them pesky Transformers toys and Pokemon creature games. People have some weird
I bet you won $100 this guy has never had tantric sex or diet soda pop. All right, so moving on. Boring Stealth by Isaac Heimler.
This is boring as hell, guys. Such a boring game. You sneak around because you ain't got the balls to man up and go in there like a pro shooting a cap in their ass. I want to have cool guns and going guns blazing and maybe some stealth equipment. Would have made it better, but this bad word stuff is weak. Graphics look last gen. To be honest, guys, could you not come up with something better? A lot to unpack there. He's really excited about it. You made a point earlier about how he sounds a lot like Ice-T.
Yeah. Does Ice-T write a lot of Amazon reviews?
I think he does.
Might, yeah.
Well, we'll do the next one in his voice.
There are unicorns in Metal Gear now. Seriously, unicorns? I now understand why Konami wants nothing to do with Hideo Kojima. He decided to put unicorns in Metal Gear. Where do you go from unicorns? I can't even read this. How can I possibly take anything seriously from the series again when it has unicorns? When do the mermaids show up? How about the elves? Why not throw in some dragons while we're at it? There was a vampire in the second one. It's always been pretty stupid. You get in a box and run around.
That was written by Chris Jericho, by the way, who's a professional wrestler, so he's real angry. Ancient Kazan on Twitch says, Whipple McTilson is the name of the villain in the 10 through 12 Star Wars movies. I really like that.
Man.
God.
That's rough.
Cheddarface says, Diablo 3 has unicorns, you ignorant nipple ball.
Nipple ball? Can we say that?
I mean, we did. Nipples aren't bad, right? Let's take a look.
What are we doing? I'm trying to give away codes. What do you do? What the? Get the. Stop!
Gotta
Stop
catch
doing
'em
that.
all, nipple ball.
Oh, awful. Okay, so we got codes for Dropsy the Clown and Fistful of Gun that I'm giving away.
Dropsy the Clown.
Twitch chat. Hey, Twitch chat. Here you go.
There we go. There's a code for what did we put in there?
Free clown.
Free clown on Twitch right now. Head on over to Twitch.
Yeah, and that's
we'll be doing that on YouTube and on IGN as well. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us. Let's check out the hashtag Up at Noon and see what's going on. Man, people were really angry about those Metal Gear reviews. I just really, I don't understand why. Like what? So here's the thing. A couple years ago, I found out there was a story that people on iOS were writing bad reviews of things just so theirs would get to the top. Like it was sort of like, I love this game, but I give it a 0 out of 5 or a 1 out of 5 because I just want to see my name at the top. I feel like that's like the bad way to get fame. You know, that's kind of infamous. Yeah. It's not very good.
Anyway, what do we have coming up next? We generally try to steer away from negativity here. There's news that Ridley Scott wants to make more than one Prometheus sequel. He wants to make like a whole bunch of those movies, and that sucks. So like, here's the thing. I love Ridley Scott. I think Blade Runner is possibly my favorite movie ever made. Mm-hmm. Like I love Star Wars and
which version?
And Final Cut's usually the best.
That's my favorite too.
Blade Runner is incredible. Alien is borderline flawless.
It's immaculate.
It's great. Legend has a soundtrack by Tangerine Dream.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty rad.
Prometheus, visually really, really cool in a bunch of parts, all of which were in the trailer. The premise for the movie was kind of all over the place. I feel like it was an answer to a question that nobody asked. I feel like it's kind of Ridley Scott's Episode 1, you know? He's like, everyone loved that thing I did in the 70s. Well, let's see where that thing came from. And you're like, well, you know what?
I never, ever heard it put that way. That absolutely nails it.
I mean,
man.
Yeah, it just doesn't have, like, they sort of have stuff to do with
like there's some heart there, and there's some good ideas, and totally, man, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, but Ridley Scott in this interview, he talked about how he wants to do, I believe, several Prometheus sequels, and that it's going to tie in with the Alien universe, but not until later. So he's working on a sequel now, and he kind of wants to see where it goes. And like, I'm really curious. I'm gonna see it. It's gonna be awesome. I'm like excited about it, but at the same time, I don't have the highest expectations because I don't really want it to tie into the Alien universe. I'd be really cool if it just jerked the wheel and went off and did its own thing. Because the fact that it's sort of like, hey, remember the space jockey that was designed by H.R. Giger? Well, here's a bunch of big muscle men, big old white muscle men. and then a weird thing in a jar. Prometheus, everybody.
It bums me out too because it's like all-star cast, amazing people working on this movie, visually gorgeous. I like the idea of really big, really awesome budget sci-fi movies still happening in 2015 that are odd and sort of like, you know, a little obtuse. I mean, there's a formula here. There's a lot of good things happening, but ultimately, I don't think we always need to know the backstories of things before they happen. Now, so what you're saying is that there might be sequels. And they're going to fill out the area between this movie and Alien?
I don't really know. I thought that was what I was kind of getting at. There is sort of a timeline there, but what makes Aliens so good is by definition you don't know what's going on. You don't. It is alien. It's this foreign entity that they come across. And they're like, we don't know why this is here. Hey, what's this thing? Let's poke it, and then everyone dies. You know, like it's kind of about like human curiosity and greed being the real monster there. But there's also a thing that comes out of your stomach. Yeah, I don't know. Meanwhile, he's working on a Blade Runner 2, which my biggest hope is that Ridley Scott is basically using a really familiar name, Blade Runner, best sci-fi movie ever, to kind of use that as a boost for this director who not a lot of people know about. I totally don't have the guy's name in front of me, but the guy's working on Blade Runner 2. He's made a bunch of supposedly really good kind of artsy movies, but this would mean he's got like a Ridley Scott-sized, Blade Runner-sized budget, and Ridley Scott's like, hey, I don't know what to do with this, but this guy has some cool ideas, shoving him forward, you know? So, hope for the best there. So yeah, we mentioned how Prometheus was kind of Ridley Scott's episode 1. There's a rumor floating around that Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker, might be appearing in Star Wars Episode 8.
Yeah, that's a moment of silence for my excitement for Star Wars. No, okay, so let's pump the brakes here.
You know, there's one way this could work. I love that we're just sort of like, huh? I know one way this could work. J.J. Abrams has been real open about the fact that he is committing to practical effects.
Yep.
And the best way I can think of Hayden Christensen being involved in Episode 8 is if J.J. Abrams threw him in an actual volcano. Anyone?
Maybe.
All right. On that note, we got a pretty cool video that popped up online. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Pre-visualization is what they have when they're not done visualization in a movie.
Visualizing.
That's a technical term from the folks in Hollywood.
Vuvuzelating.
A full clip of an unfinished version of the pod race scene in Star Wars Episode 1 popped up online.
Yep.
And it's hilarious, so we're all going to watch it together right now.
Let's do this.
It's working! Is it?
Maybe it's not.
Show it. Oh my God.
Man. Okay. So we start. This is probably my favorite N64 game right here. That's not even Jake Lloyd, right? That's just a kid. God, this looks so good. And then every now and then you see some hands from the 1970s. The announcers are still there, but they're in a drawing.
They look like a Tim and Eric sketch. I uploaded stuff like this to Newgrounds when I was 14.
Look at, I just really... So basically this is to comp out the... man, I don't even know what to...
Oh, I love the concept art there. Like,
yeah, the Sebulba drawing.
And then meanwhile, they've got like some of this is puppets. You just get a sense of like, what were they doing with this movie?
Yeah.
I mean, Phantom Menace gets a lot of crap for being mostly CG. But look at that, they made Ahmed Best wear a stupid hat. But no, there is actually, I would say there's more practical effects in Episode 1 than there are in most of the rest of the
Check out that Sebulba puppet, by the way.
The Sebulba puppet is great.
He is awesome looking. He's got, like, you can actually see moments where this could have been a more interesting movie, and you can also see the blueprints for exactly why this was a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like, you can really, because there was no footage like this exists for the original Star Wars. That is this 17 different mediums. This looks like a collage class, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they were trying new stuff, and arguably
There's the Army Man from Toy Story.
There's that drawing model you bought for your first art class. Wow, yeah, I mean, arguably this did kind of pave the way for, I mean, it's ILM trying new stuff and trying to really push the boundaries of melding CG and practical effects, but I'd say there's a little bit too much CG and not enough practical effects. They actually built a lot of the pod racers. Like, there's a lot of, there are physical components there. And there are actual crowds full of people dressed like aliens, and it's really cool. But then you've also got this stuff that looks like a scene from, Reboot or Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah, I like watching this kind of get scripted out. I still don't see any universe where this was a good idea. Like, I understand the idea of a pod race and sort of like.
See, look at that. That looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's Star Wars right
Yeah.
there, right? But then he shoots at he shoots at Mario Kart 64 down there.
I'm really curious. Who's that kid who's not Jake Lloyd? Who's a little bit older than Jake Lloyd?
I don't know, but I can promise you he's had a very happy life because no one's been yelling at him about this movie for 20 years.
Oh my God! What is that? This is great.
Yeah, this is real gorgeous. So yeah.
Would you watch a whole movie that looked like this?
Maybe. Like I watched the show Reboot.
But here comes young Skywalker. It would still be annoying. Poor old Ben Quaternaro is run out. He's lost a whole wheel from the side of his car.
God, I love the CG Watto they threw in there. It's just, man. Steven Velasquez on Twitter says Sebulba should be back in episode 8. I'm a big fan of that. Sebulba didn't die. I mean, he just kind of his pod kind of got hurt.
Now here's the thing. I got this whole theory about like Vader. I like the idea that we know that he becomes evil because he's so angry and he's so fearful, and he goes back and he kills a bunch of Tusken Raiders. If you read in the Star Wars Darth Vader comic, which you should, it's super good. There's a part where he's basically like, yo, I got to do some errands on Tatooine. I'm gonna swing by the Tusken Raider village and kill a bunch of them because they killed my mom.
Yep.
I like the idea that Anakin Skywalker has the high school nerd grudge against everybody who was mean to him as a kid, and then he went back and just tortured Sebulba relentlessly. And he's just like, Truscruti Digodopot, Slaymo. You know? Bantha Poodoo.
That's definitely one of the things that you talk about all the time.
How much I wish Darth Vader goes back and kills Sebulba. I've talked about that like twice. I think it's a good idea.
I think he would kill Watto. You're way off base here.
Yeah, I mean, Watto, I feel like they had kind of a Stockholm Syndrome thing going on, you know?
Great, Max.
I don't know.
Good work.
Yeah. So you know what? You know what this makes me think of?
What?
I mean, movie that's got a lot of CG in it,
Yeah.
pushes a lot of technical boundaries. I think it reminds me of a little film.
Avatar.
No, it's a little film. What? No,
Why?
we're not doing Avatar this week.
Why?
You want to do Avatar?
No.
We can talk about Avatar if you want. I can always talk about Avatar. I'm always happy to talk about Avatar.
No. Get it off the screen.
We're not doing. I mean, we weren't going to do it, but
Are we not doing it?
we were going to do something else. But I mean, do you want to talk about Avatar? What are your thoughts on Avatar? Do you want to talk? You never
No,
want to
I
talk about Avatar. I love talking about Avatar.
You made it seem like I had freedom. You made it seem like I had a moment there where it wasn't going to happen. This doesn't need to happen every week. Take that picture off the screen.
Avatar will be back next week, but in the meantime, we put together.
Avatar will not be back next week.
Avatar will be back.
Avatar
next
will not
week.
be back next week.
We have
Avatar is stupid and it's a bad film and you shouldn't watch it.
We made a short film about the Star Wars. Let's take a look.
Great intro.
Hey man, can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, what's up? You all right?
Hear me out. We're getting old. I feel like my force is getting a little worse.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean that's just a reality. You're getting older, you know.
I used to wake up every day with just like raging force, ready to go. Just
Yeah. Yeah. When you're a Padawan, you're flipping around. You're just doing all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
Flying things around the room. Are you worried you won't be able to defend yourself or be able to fight for
man,
truth
I don't
and,
give a
and
shit.
justice?
I'm not even trying to get into the Star Wars. I'm just saying like just the regular basic act that every Jedi needs, which is basically looking across the room and being like, you see that sandwich right there? I want to bring that to my hands without getting up and walking over.
Are you kidding?
No. I want to be able to take from across the room, float it in my hand, and eat it without having to go to the fridge. This is a problem.
Just pick up the sandwich. Just get up
Let me
and
show.
walk
Watch.
across the room.
Watch this. You see that thing over there? I'm gonna bring it over to my hands right now. Watch. This is not the same as it used to be. I used to use it so
Pick it up. Just
Watch.
it's right there. Just go pick it up.
Come on. Give me a minute.
You see, I was sympathetic for a minute there, but this is stupid. Just pick it up. Go get the thing and pick it up.
It's gonna come to me. It's coming. It's coming.
Just pick it. Just use your legs.
There it is. Right there. See that? No exercise whatsoever.
You know what would have been a lot faster? Is if you just went and picked it up.
I'm proving a point.
It's a stupid point.
I still got it.
No countdown, huh? Hey, welcome
Hey,
back.
how's
How are
it
you?
going?
While you were gone, we were making some tea and talking to our parents about crochet and stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta call your parents every now and then and say, how you doing? What's going on, baby?
Hey, I wonder if this will work. I'm gonna read out a code. Grab a pen.
Here we go.
P694JMERH2ZDPNV. Yeah, someone's gonna get that. That's a
game
Steam
was that?
code for Dropsy the Clown.
There we go. Steam code for Drops to the Clown. Dropping it like it's...
What?
I don't know.
All right. So we got this news story that I think is real fascinating.
Yep.
We all love video game consoles. We
do.
like to have a nice controller with buttons and joysticks and doodads and stuff on it. Apparently, most people between the age of, what is it, like 8 and 19? 12, age 2 and 19 are playing games predominantly on mobile devices.
Yep. That is the #1 video game platform for babies, children, and filthy teens.
Right. Now, here's where it gets kind of interesting. Like, obviously, a phone, a tablet is a totally like ubiquitous device. Everyone has it. It's kind of around. You can use it for other stuff. You can theoretically buy an iPad for school and then, you know, easily get games on it for fun. I don't know why I put that in quotes. You could do the same thing in the 90s with a PC. I remember that. I was like, Mom, I need a computer. It's got the Encarta, damn it. It also has Doom, but that's a different story. You can't really do that with a PS4. You can't really do that with a Wii U. You can't be like, I need this Wii U for school.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the thing that you have that you kind of grow up with, like, I don't know, do kids, like today, do they really want consoles? Like, do they want to play tablet games, or do they want like...
I'll ask you this. How often do you see this happening where there's a mother pushing a baby in a stroller and the baby's on an iPhone, watching a movie or playing a game? I see this all the time, but I've never seen a baby holding a PS4.
Yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, like, I mean, there's kind of the understanding that there was a point where, like, video games were, like, they were toys. Like, you had a Nintendo when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You know? People had, like, Ataris. It was kind of this thing that you had it, and it was the thing you wanted. The kids got it. You know, your rich friend had it, maybe.
Yep.
And then, like, you get to be older, and you have, like, a disposable income, and you're like, I'm going to go and buy the newest version of that. But, like, if that's less of a common thing, how many people, like, let's say 20 years from now, what are consoles going to be? And will they be like this, will they be this weird kind of, like, you know those people who get, they build entire, like, racing rigs? Like,
Yeah.
they build, like, a fake car in their house that they can play Gran Turismo on?
Yep.
Are consoles going to be like that, where they're this kind of weird luxury that you've sort of always wanted, but maybe, you know, I mean, I feel like everything's kind of merging into be one device.
It is heading in that direction. Obviously, consoles are something you see. They're still selling great. PS4 is selling incredibly well. Xbox One is incredibly well. Wii U, not so much, but the 3DS is doing okay. People still want dedicated video game platforms. But with video games just being there already on mobile devices, I don't, like, we've been talking about this threat of mobile for a long time. I don't think it's actually going to kick us in the butt so quickly. But it's happening. It's moving. It's a threat that's moving very slowly behind us.
I mean,
so we need to watch our backs, because those mobile babies and those 2-year-olds with their phones, they're coming for our games, and we got to stop them. If you see a kid with a phone, you take it away and give it back to his mom. Throw it in the sewer.
All right, you kind of
throw a baby's phone in the sewer so he doesn't play games, and they don't come for our consoles. Because this is us. This is what we were born to do. We came here to play video games. I want a PS4 in my house. I don't want a big iPhone. I want a Wii U. I want an Xbox One. I want a PC. I want a 3DS. I want a Vita. That's right, even that word. I don't want a mobile device taking over my damn video games. So you babies right there listening to the show right now, you 2-year-old babies with your damn iPhones, I'm going to find you. I'm going to take your phone. I'm going to throw it in the sewer. And you can't crawl down there because you're too young. You gotta be an adult to go in the sewer. Ask Casey Jones.
What just came off your hands and landed on me?
It was part of the Pikachu when I sucked on his nipple earlier.
It's really awful. All right, on that note, we did a Let's Play of a Wii U game, Mario Maker, starring Donald Trump. Let's take a look.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Brian, I'm Max, and neither of us are presidential candidate Donald Trump.
Did you just introduce yourself as me?
Did I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, man, okay, let's start over. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Max, and that's Donald.
You're really bad at this. What are we doing today, Brian?
Today we're playing Super Mario Maker, probably one of my favorite games of all time. Now, great thing about Mario Maker, creativity, no bounds, right? You can do anything you want. We did a bad thing this week. We went on Twitter, and we said, using the hashtag #UpAtNoon, create a level based on the hot-haired presidential pheasant, Donald Trump. And people did.
Presidential candidate.
And people did. If you live in a foreign country and you're not familiar with Donald Trump, he's a strange, waxy, evil orange man that says horrible things to people on TV.
He invented a bunch of popular game shows, such as Climb the Golden Tower and Where's My Wife?
Who can eat the most chips? So Donald Trump, he might be president someday. What a fun dystopia that will be. Not to veer too much into politics, but let's play some Donald Trump-themed Mario Maker levels, starting with this one from TomTom. It's called There's Heck to Pay, The Moneying.
Huh.
TomTom, very smart man, not the best at writing sentences. So we'll take a quick look at this level. It says Bankruptcy 2016.
Wow.
And then I think that's his toupee. No, that's what it... Bankruptcy.
Banksy.
Banksy. Okay.
Okay.
And there's some squids.
And then we're gonna try to get to the end of this level. It's very, very difficult. I don't
Wow.
know. Is this a Donald Trump face here? I think it is. Is that a face? Is that a head? So I don't know. Let's go on back to the beginning of this level. Give this one a shot.
Oh, that's a huge big one.
Yeah. So far, this is not very Donald Trump themed. Oh, we are Bowser.
Oh, you've become evil because of money.
So who are you voting for?
Are there any animals running for president this year?
There's a cockatoo.
I'd vote for an exotic bird in a heartbeat.
I always hate these springs.
I always hate these elections. This is a really bad situation here.
Yeah, this is tough.
This is real upsetting. This is gross.
Okay. All right. Well, we've seen enough of this one.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel. Oh,
Thank you very much.
All right, next.
We're heading back to the course maker. We're going to load up a new one. Let's see who else we got here. We got 5 Donald Trump themed levels to go through today. I don't think any of them are going to be particularly good. Let's
Yeah, but they're all topical.
Let's try this one from Paul Rommel. It says, DT, my friend. Okay. This is very beautiful. Look, this guy made a Donald Trump out of coins and blocks. He got that kind of classic. So this Donald Trump has
fire.
His bombs for eyes and a fire mouth. And I think he's wearing a nice suit. This looks like a nice
suit. But his
suit.
whole suit is made of poison.
And it says, you shall not pass. I think this is a...
Mix?
Mex. Oh,
Mex.
okay. USA.
Oh, I get it.
This is the Mexican-USA border
Wow.
that this man has erected
So
in this game.
racially charged and has a Lord of the Rings reference.
Yep.
I like it.
Okay, so let's give this one a shot. Wow.
Oh,
We're going on a little roller coaster
This
ride
is
around
impressive.
Donaldo's
This
Trump's
is
mouth over here.
Complicated. What?
Uh-oh. Terror noises. We're
What?
getting slapped.
What's that? Gay marriage? What are we looking at? I don't even know what's happening. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, oh.
Wow.
Real scary. Oh, wow, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually very scared.
It's a survival horror game.
All right, well, we got our first mushroom. That's good. A government handout.
I like those
Wow,
doors.
what is going on? Hold
Oh,
on, get me out of
man.
here. I don't even know what that said. What the? Okay.
So you're in the USA now.
We made it to America. Oh God. This is bad. This is real bad.
Oh, man. Did you beat it?
We did.
Hey,
well,
all right.
Here we go. Donald
All
Trump
right.
could not stop us from beating his own level. All right.
Huh.
Well, that was a good celebration.
So that's Bowser's immigration policy.
That's right. So let's do one more here. From the hit presidential candidate Donald Trump. Should we do Stop Trump, Trump Tower, or Portrait of a Trump?
I'm a little bit sad there's none called White Man Can't Trump.
Let's do Portrait of a Trump. Oh wow, look at that.
Oh, whoa.
This is from Sethorama. Go follow these people on Mario Maker. I'm sure they make tons of presidential levels for you to play. Wow, hold on. I want to take a look at this guy.
What?
Look at this Trump.
It looks like
Oh,
Chappie.
yeah, Chappie. He's pointing.
Man.
And this says Trump in coins in beautiful letters. This is a very elaborate stage. I think I can make it to the end of this somehow, even though there's 90% of the stage doesn't have a floor.
Use magic. What am I
Yeah,
looking
look, those are birds, just like Donald Trump based his hair on, apparently.
at? Cockatrice. Have you heard that rumor that Paris Hilton owns a bunch of antique radios?
Yeah, that's probably one of the best rumors. Oh, look at this. All right, we're going to take a friendly ride through Trump Town. Oh, man, this is not good.
Wow.
I was very close. All right, I lied. We're going to do one more Donald Trump-themed level. Max, I want you to decide. Do you want Stop Trump or Trump Tower?
I want to see Trump Tower.
Okay, let's check out Trump Tower. Yeah, this is, again, we're going with the USA-Mexico theme on this one.
All
Big
right.
problem, he's not a fan of, or he's a big fan of border control. So let's take a look at this one. Trump Tower. So it's got some cool, funky music. Dollar signs. Trump Tower is great. It's full of trees and bad guys.
Hey, all right.
This actually looks like a pretty challenging level. We might get our asses kicked on this one.
USA and okay, so the turtles are not allowed into America apparently. I don't really know how that works.
What a great political commentary there that is.
All right, here we go. This is our final Donald Trump themed level. I don't know what these guys are gonna. Oh, they're dropping money. This is not bad. This is what what it's like to be Donald Trump, I think.
I bet he wakes up every morning and has somebody just throw coins at his face.
Yeah, that's pretty much part. Wow. Okay, this is. So his tower is not the best hotel to stay in.
You know what? I just got that in that one where his mouth is fire. He's firing people.
Oh,
He's saying you're fired.
That's great. Okay, this is. What am I getting?
Just
at?
got that. Okay.
Damn it!
You should beat it.
Here, I'll just start from here. I'm gonna cheat.
Yeah,
We can do that in Mario Maker.
In the interest of time. Such a good song.
Isn't it great? Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Donald Trump is president. He's gonna ruin the world. What was that? I don't even know how we can get over this thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who have that.
Yes, I made it into Mexico. I got over the. Oh, look at the celebration I got for going to Mexico. Yeah, suck it, Donald Trump. We jumped over. Oh, actually, we did what he wanted us to do. We left America.
Oh, I get it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are our Donald Trump themed levels. Check out more right here on IGN. We'll be doing dumb stuff probably for the rest of our lives until a president comes in and tells us to stop.
Hey, you know what I'm going to do with this video? Not read the comments.
Goodbye.
Max, we got a present this week from the good folks over at Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What did they send us?
It's a selfie spoon.
We got a selfie spoon. What the hell is that?
You put a telephone on here, and then you take a picture of yourself eating cereal.
All right, so like a bunch of bad boys, we ran around the office with this dirty stick, and we got in some trouble.
You could feed a baby that you're scared of.
There we go.
There you go, babies.
Oh, look at that.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Fun note about that video. A good friend of mine who works here at IGN named Winston Shewan, he tweeted after we've shot this video, he went into the bathroom and he tweeted, "There are tater tots in the urinal at IGN." And I had to correct him and say, "Dude, those aren't tater tots. That's Cinnamon Toast Crunch we put in that man's pee hole." And he said, "Oh." And then he deleted the tweet and put up a new tweet and said, "Sorry, those were Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the urinal at IGN." What is wrong with us? What are we doing with our professional lives?
So what I love is a lot of people are like, why is this a thing? Why would you ever make this? This is a dumb idea. Well, the reality is that somebody very, very smart at Cinnamon Toast Crunch realizes that sending people a dumb novelty item like this and being like, hey, it's a thing you use to take pictures on the internet means that they basically get a whole bunch of promotion, which we fell for, because it's a dumb thing. You want to play with it, you know?
That's how it works.
Meanwhile, another thing that was trending is that apparently more people die from selfie stick-related accidents than from shark attacks.
That's true.
So they're like, great news, everybody, Cinnamon Toast Crunch introduces the selfie spoon. And then meanwhile, scientists are like, those will kill you. They're violent. Anyway.
We asked, are selfie sticks ruining the world? And Heb X Luther says, nah, just make it look more stupid. And I think that just sums it up perfectly. So thank you very much. We're doing the AMA. That means ask mama answers. Ask me anything. That's what it is. Ask me anything. It doesn't really work when there's two of us.
You know what's real weird is my chair just very slowly sunk on me. This is a bad chair.
No, that's not real weird. This is real weird.
Stop. Please stop. Please stop doing that.
So Cole Vick says, what do you like more, donuts or cake? Donuts, because donuts you can have more often than cake. I feel like cake is something you can really only do a few times a year.
I don't know. I feel like the thing is donuts are deceptive because they're like this, they're like, hey, it's a breakfast food.
Yeah.
It's a dessert. It's totally a dessert. Anyway.
Okay.
Will Stribbling, Wilbo Swaggins on Twitter says, you guys excited about Hello Games coming to the Colbert Late Show to show off No Man's Sky?
Hell yeah.
That's
I want to see what's going on with that game.
I don't know what to make of that game. Are they going to announce a release date? That'd be a real cool time to do it on a big old show like that.
Came Back Haunted says, if I was haunting the Up at Noon studio, which way do your stairs go? Mine go up.
Ours go counterclockwise.
We actually have
but unless you're going downstairs.
A winding staircase that goes to a little spiral headquarters at the top, like an old church.
I learned an interesting fact about stairs. Apparently in old castles, they had spiral staircases, and the way they went, they would always go clockwise, because if you're running down the stairs and there's guys coming up you and you're holding your sword with one hand and your shield with the other, you want to be able to stab the guys before they can stab you. That's a good fact about stairs.
That's a good one. Paul Grzymkowski says, I love this guy. He always writes in, like, I always screw up his name. He says, hi guys, if there's one more fall game that got pushed to 2016 and you wouldn't mind one bit, what would you choose? I'm going to say something you're going to get really mad at me for. Fallout 4.
I'm gonna duck and cover for that one. Yeah.
Fallout 4. I will gladly play that in January when all the fall releases have calmed down a little bit. I still want to finish up Metal Gear. I want to get through Tomb Raider. I want to play through a whole bunch of games. Fallout 4, I know it's going to be awesome. I know what to expect. I know I'm going to sink 100 hours into it. I can watch that one. I can watch that one float away for a little bit.
I'm completely with you on that.
Yeah?
I'm going to Vietnam for 2 weeks for Christmas. I won't be able to play Fallout while I'm there, and
that's gonna be like Fallout 2.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Cole Vick asks, what's the best video game movie?
Wreck-It Ralph.
I'm gonna say Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, the first one.
Oh, that's actually based on a video
Yeah,
game?
yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's real dumb, but it's like really fun too.
A grown-ass man says, who do you think would win the fight between Charlie Brown and Wolverine?
Well, probably Wolverine, because he's a grown man with blades on his hands, and Charlie Brown is a sad boy.
Really? I think Charlie Brown's never been killed before.
That's a really good point. They've never killed Charlie Brown, but they've killed Wolverine. Weird.
It's a Michael says, are Frank and I invited to your wedding, Max?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Sure. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't planned my wedding yet. Guys, ask me during lunch. They work here. That's not a fair question.
Jay Jamrog on Twitch says, question, if you break that Pikachu piñata, will my dreams fall out? He actually has hundreds of tiny Pikachus inside him.
Also, spider eggs.
It's incredibly terrifying. We have just a few minutes left here on Up at Noon. Thank you for watching the show with us and letting us do what we do, which is just get dumber by the week. Use the hashtag Up at Noon if you want to ask us a question. If not, we can just sit and chill. We can just hang out, talk about our friendship.
Yeah.
Kelsey Lang says, will you be with me in spirit during my flight to Colorado? I'm sad I can't watch today. Kelsey, you're wonderful, and we love you, and we are always there with you in spirit. We haunt every airplane in the world, and we'll see you on that one. We'll be out on the wing like a real demon.
Like a true story.
Take a look out on there. You'll find us. That's right.
I'm going to drop a couple more fun codes for presents into the chat here.
Here we go. Do you remember Funko Land?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I remember reading those catalogs. Like, oh, here's the price of a used game. Like I was reading the stock market pages. Like, things are going up. Oh, Pokemon's taking a dive this week. Here's a good question. Little Carp says, what is your favorite thing on that desk right now? This is a pretty good one. This is pretty cool. This is a promotional DVD for Duke Nukem Forever that is from, I believe, 2001 because it has an ad for Max Payne on the back.
I like that a lot.
Is that about right?
I like this guy too. This is a KK slider that I picked up in Japan. He's the hero of Animal Crossing. He lives in a coffee shop and he plays guitar and hangs out with his friends all day. This is another thing I really like. This Yoda, they started making a new set of these, but this Yoda actually opens up and there's a Dagobah inside of his head that you can play with and has little figurines and toys.
This is real cool. This is a copy of Akira on VHS, the original real crappy Pioneer dub. I got this at a thrift store. It comes with a flyer that says, coming soon to your 16-bit gaming systems, the Akira game that never came out and no proof of ever materialized, aside from like 2 screenshots. Real cool.
Nate McKinney says, what would you guys want from the next Red Dead Redemption? Horse armor. Thousands of horses everywhere. I want I want it to be a couple more years in the future too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I want. I don't know.
Well, we were real bad dogs today, and we did a real good show. But thank you guys so much for watching. This was really fun. I genuinely had a great afternoon doing this stuff, or whatever time it is in your head. Don't feed that Pikachu. Don't put that spoon in his mouth. We're doing more live stuff right here on IGN. What's coming up next, Max?
Another game about feeding rats. It's called Vermintide. It's about the Warhammer rat boys, the Skaven, and they're creeping around, they're climbing up walls, and they're real gross. They're dirty, nasty rats. Vermintide, coming up next on IGN Plays Live. We're gonna go eat some lunch, isn't that right, Pikachu?
That's right. Who's been a good boy? Goodbye, everybody.
How you
Thanks
gotta
for
feed it
watching Up
real-
at Noon.
real hard
Don't
mouth.
hurt his mouth!